you listen to reason? Will you open your eyes? It's a wonder what you'll find with an open mind. You may be surprised. Yeah, gotta get away from this illusion for the sake of the world. This delusion, it's gotta go.
There's like one more drum beat than I think there is every time. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Atheist Experience Live. I'm your host, Matt Delaney. Joining me this week, Martin Wagner. Welcome back. How are you?
Oh, I'm fine. I'm all right.
We're today's January 7th, 2010, and we are live in the Public Access Studio in beautiful Austin, Texas. We're sponsored by the Atheist Community of Austin, a nonprofit educational organization promoting positive atheism and the separation of church and state. The ACA has weekly meetings every Sunday at Romeo's on Barton Springs Road, beginning around 11:30, except for the first Sunday of the month, when we host a lecture series at the Austin History Center located at the corner of 9th and Guadalupe. We got our music on a loop, too.
Yeah, that just keeps going.
We'll get through some of the other announcements again in a minute. As usual, we're working on technical difficulties and miscellaneous stuff, but we are actually broadcasting live. I think we're fine now.
I hope so, yes.
With the microphone. We're going to start taking calls because this is a live call-in television program. We'll put the number up for you very soon. We're going to start taking calls almost right off the bat, and today we're just going to see roughly how many calls we can get, how many we can get through. Obviously, with only 3 phone lines, you can expect it to be busy when you try to call in. We will try to show preference for theistic callers or people who disagree about something or who have a different perspective so that we can, have a better discussion than simply saying, hey, you guys are great, I love watching the show. So if that's all you're calling about, thanks, we appreciate it. But send an email, and if you don't get through today or you don't want to get through, you can always email tv@atheist-community.org. That email goes to myself, the co-host, some of the people behind the scenes. We get way too much email to answer all of it, but we do read all of it. If you want to make sure that it gets through the spam filters, you can put AETV or NPR in the subject line, and that'll make sure that it gets through the spam filter so people can actually read it. We really appreciate all the email we've been getting, especially worldwide, now that the show's available to view on the internet. You can watch it live and streaming each Sunday from 4:30 to 6 p.m. Central. That's GMT minus 6, I think. So for all of you out there, you can sort it all out. We have new tiny URLs. There's tinyurl.com/TAE show. That'll link to the Ustream version of the program. Then there's also tinyurl.com TAE studio, and that is a direct link to the Channel Austin stream, which is higher quality but takes a bit more buffering. So it's your choice as to which one you watch. They're both going to be delayed. So if you're watching live over the stream and you decide to call in, please turn off the volume on your stream, or just turn it off entirely. Focus on the phone, and that'll help remove some of the echoes and distractions that people get when they're trying to call into the program while watching the stream. In addition to this program, the ACA also sponsors a bi-weekly internet audio podcast called The Nonprofits. You can find out more about the show by going to nonprofitsradio.com. That's PROPHETS, right there at the bottom of the screen. We were live yesterday for the first show of 2010, and yesterday featured Russell Glasser, myself, and Jeff D. joined us. Dennis was out. We'll be back again in 2 weeks with Dennis Louvet as the regular host, resuming his duties. And you never know who's going to stop by, drop in. We'll get Jeff back whenever we can, as often as we can. This program, I host for 3 weeks, and then Russell hosts for a week. And then we also have 5 co-hosts that rotate through, which means these guys only get to be on once every 5 weeks, whereas I'm here 3 out of 4.
We just turn up and let you guys do all the work.
Yeah.
It's lovely. Yeah.
And since they don't get as much time, we're gonna drill through the rest of these announcements real quick.
Well, last Sunday I got into the Ustream chat for the very first time, and that was all kinds of fun.
Well, last week was a lot less painful because I went on and started tossing around the band hammer.
Yeah, I know. I saw you sort of wielding the loving mallet of correction, as you do. But it was it's a fun bunch in there, and it was great fun chatting with them while the show was going on. And boy, they really want red meat in the chat room. I'll tell you, anytime. If you're an atheist thinking of calling the show today, we love to hear from you, but just be aware that you will be absolutely hated in the chat room because they want theists to call so that we can bloody our knuckles. So, so be aware that.
So in addition to the two programs, the ACA also sponsors a number of other events. I already mentioned the lecture series. There's also Atheist Happy Hour every Thursday at the Dog and Duck Pub beginning at around 7 o'clock or so. And after this program's over, we get together for dinner. Whatever that graphic is, that's crap.
That's
the wrong colors.
There we are.
There we go. Dinner at Threadgill's, 301 West Riverside Drive. The show's on until 6 o'clock. We'll be down there around 6:30. All of the ACA events are open to the public. Any atheist or atheist-friendly person who'd like to come down and join us is not only welcome, but encouraged to do so. But if you're coming down to preach, proselytize, or provoke, please don't. Just pick up the phone. We've already got what looks to be full lines, although they're getting me the information about who's on there.
Right.
And you can call in.
And also just want to mention that if you go to the Atheist Experience blog, Jen recently posted, the most recent post is a long list of secular charities that are currently involved in Haiti earthquake relief. So if you've been wanting to look into that and do your part. So that's atheistexperience.blogspot.com, and of course related to the Haiti earthquake, which has been absolutely horrible. The one bright ray of light that has come out of all of it has been, I think, the ultimate downfall of Pat Robertson.
Although, he's going to keel over any day. So
Sure,
it's not
but I mean, it's lovely just to see a man like that get the absolutely universal hate that he has deserved for so long.
And as I was getting ready to mention, there's the Blogspot link that Martin linked to, and you actually jumped in like a half second before me.
You were going to say all that.
No, not all that.
Okay.
So I'm really glad you did. But we added a new tiny URL that I put together this morning, and it's tinyurl.com/sharehaiti, ShareHaiti, and that links to the Share charity work from Center for Inquiry that's going specifically to benefit victims of the disaster in Haiti. You can visit the ACA website, www.atheist-community.org, for more information about the atheist community of Austin, what we've got on our calendar, scheduled events including blood drive, street cleanup, food drives, parties, lectures, anything that we happen to do, we try to put it up on the calendar. And there's also a frequently asked questions page there for people who would like the answers to questions that we have frequently been asked.
That's
why are you an atheist? What do you believe?
Page,
We're on the cutting edge of the interwebs. We really know what we're doing.
I'll tell you what the kids are into these days.
So I tell you what we'll do. We'll just go ahead and let's just start taking calls.
Throw it open.
Let's go.
Hit the button, sir.
Here we are, 8 minutes 23 seconds into the show. Ryan from St. Louis, you're live.
Hi, Matt. Hi, Martin.
How you doing?
I'm actually happen to be a theist, so that's good news for all the.
Well, the chat room's very happy right now. So what's up?
I'm also a big fan of the show, though, because I don't know. I find your arguments are generally rational and.
Can we turn that down? The speaker in here is insanely loud with regard to the phone.
Keep talking though. You're
go
fine.
ahead, Ryan.
You're doing fine. We're just working through sound issues. Go ahead.
Sure. There's one thing I have a disagreement with. Are you familiar with the God Hypothesis by Richard Dawkins?
I think you mean the God Delusion, the book.
Yeah, well, it's like a chapter of the book where he asserts that the existence of God should be treated as any other scientific hypothesis should be treated.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, okay. We're familiar with that. Yeah.
Okay. Well, I disagree with that. I think I was basically wondering what your guys' take was on that, because I think
he's right.
I think he's right. Yeah.
Natural being.
He's right. Here's the reason for that, and it's something that Tracy's covered quite a bit, and better than probably any of the rest of us. And that is, it depends on your definition of God. If your God is something that does not in any way affect reality, then okay, there's no way to test for it. There's no way to verify it at all. But if your God manifests in reality in any way, if your God can answer prayers, heal people, make the sun stop, raise people from the dead, if your God can do anything remotely like that, then that is something that is within reality, which is subject to scientific inquiry.
Okay, but not if it's in reality based on...
It doesn't matter what the source is.
Power.
No, it does not matter what the source is. The source for every new phenomenon that we identify has an unknown source most of the time.
Yeah.
That does not exclude it. We may not know what the source of something is, but we can still investigate and verify that the phenomenon is occurring.